I was the last person to record that night. Only
Okay.
female, last person to record. One take.
Mm.
Made the cut. And everybody wasn't going to make the cut. If they didn't, even though they signed us, if they didn't like it, you wasn't going to make the album. So did the verse and they loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Made the album, made the Process album. And that was a turning point in my career. To be affiliated with somebody as major as former vice president of Murder Inc. Records.
Yeah.
To have his cosign, that was the changing moment for me. I always had a different look, a different style. A lot of people say with women, sex sells.
Okay.
And I've tapped into that, obviously.
I mean,
right?
come on
So
now.
you do a little bit of that, but I think for me,
You don't want to lose yourself.
Don't lose yourself. I think that's the most, and the pressures of how you should look, how much you should weigh, how your hair should look, how your makeup should look, like how you deal with people. And being a woman, the men, I love y'all, but you...
What it do? A new day and a new mindset. Welcome to the EMP podcast, where you have your host, JP, my co-host, PJ. He's not here at the time, but we about to get right into it. The EMP podcast is about entrepreneurship, mindset, and purpose. So we have a special guest with us. We call her Queen Neffy. She had a previous name. We can, get into all that. But how's it going today?
Jonathan, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for having me on the show today. I appreciate it.
You're very talented. So I've did a little research and stuff, and I see that you're an artist. Are you a vocal coach as well, or no?
Voice actor.
Okay, voice actor. Artist, voice actor. You are an author as well on audios, like you do audiobooks and stuff.
I don't
right?
write the books, but I narrate the books.
You narrate the books, so
Yes.
you're a narrator.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, you're a mother.
I'm a mother, yes.
You're a wife, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like you got a lot of hats that you wearing and stuff.
It's never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So let's jump right into it, especially on that artist side, because you have a different like you're a CEO of the it's the magazine what's the
Major
name?
Zone Music.
Major Zone Music.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to let's talk about the background. You come from Baltimore.
Yes.
Maryland.
Shout out my city. Be more Charm City. Home of the Ravens.
Let's go.
Best team in the NFL, period.
Love the energy. Yeah, so Baltimore, they have a different lingo over there.
Yeah.
Cause there's this one guy that's famous right now. You be like fuckle dang, Google bang, whatever. Shout out to my guy. I love. Hey, he killing it though. He killing it. But I'm like, man, that jargon is just. It's almost too
different.
much. But it's like you have to create a dictionary for people to really understand.
It's different. So I've been here for like 7 or 8 years now.
Okay.
But I speak a little bit more polished, right? I'm college educated. I have a bachelor's of English from Towson University. Shout out to TU.
Let's go.
So when I need to, I know how to speak, right? When I'm around the people, the tongue gets a little lazy. But but Baltimore is a very special place, and we do have a very special way of talking. Some people hate the accent, some people love it. It's a 50-50.
I'm from the Midwest, Michigan, so I'm trying to figure out. I only touched Maryland a couple times, but I mean, and DC, Delaware, danced around some areas, but that East Coast side is just a different breed, though.
Yeah, it's different.
It's like closed mouths don't get fed.
Yes.
Y'all be hustling. Hey,
Fast pace.
It's fast paced.
Yeah.
So that transition, you said you've was that the only place you've lived in from Baltimore and then transitioned to Texas? Okay, so with that mindset shift, like how was that experience of getting out here to Texas?
So at the time, I felt like I had hit a glass ceiling back home. I feel like I had done all that I could do there. and I wanted to spread my wings.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I left, I'd already done like hosting on local TV, and I was performing, and that's when I was traveling everywhere performing. Like I'm
major
old
artists.
school with it. Like get on the ground, talk to the people, hand out your merch for free, travel everywhere. So I was going crazy on the music. And I just felt like I love my city, but it's not an entertainment hub. It's getting better.
Yeah, it's definitely getting better.
And more people are getting exposure with social media and things like that. But I wanted to be somewhere where I could elevate and really build myself and build my brand.
Was your background in music?
Always. Believe it or not, I was a writer first. So I've been writing poetry since I was a child. I was a poet. And then I started rapping in the church. So before it was popular to
everything comes from the church.
Shout out to God, amen. Before, and I'm talking about I was like 13, and I'm in my 30s now. I'm in my mid-30s. So we're saying before Lecrae and all these other people.
Yeah. I mean, I was playing the drums at 4 years old at my church.
See?
So I already know.
Yeah.
You know, and if your church is small, you're the choir director, you're the musician.
Yeah.
I mean, you do everything. You're saying the poem for Easter and stuff, so I can definitely relate.
Yeah, and then shout out to my old church, Morning Star. They were like a mid-sized church. It wasn't small, but it wasn't mega. But back then, like my pastor back then, he was young. He took over after like an older pastor, like an elderly pastor.
Yeah, the old
and he
school.
brought a real young flavor to it. So all different types of people, all walks of life. Didn't matter if you was black, white, gay, straight, you love hip, come as you are, wear your jeans, like that kind of...
You gotta love on the people. If you're God's child, you gotta lead with the love.
Yes.
Before the conversion or whatever you want to do. But I'm just saying, you gotta keep it simple. Like, hey, we're still human beings.
Exactly.
No matter what our color is.
Everybody got something.
Yeah.
So, I was really heavy in the youth ministry. My mom made sure we were busy and out of trouble. So she made sure we were doing everything. And so one thing that they were doing was offering kids who rap, if you wanted to do gospel rap, they would let you rap for the church. And so my dad had a history of being a DJ, being like a rapper just for fun.
Right.
So I was exposed to it. But when they said that, I went home and I was like, I'm going to write something. Young me, I had to be probably 12, 13, really young. And the next time I came to church, I presented what I had wrote, and they were like, "You gonna perform that? You gonna perform that?" So I've been rapping and performing from a very young age, and so that's where that all started.
So and then when did you know that, hey, this is what I'm going to actually pursue? Because I mean, you know the stigma. Oh yeah, I rap, I do beats or whatever and stuff. You like, yeah, but you're not, making any money, or you're not. Is it sustaining your lifestyle? Are you making a career out of it? Back in the day, it was just like, oh, yeah, I do rap, da. But if you're not major, then you just minoring with the minors.
Yeah, and times are different now.
Yeah.
Like back then, that was the era of
you had to hustle.
You couldn't reach celebrities.
You had to get out on the streets.
Exactly.
You hear about such and such coming. Hey, I'm pulling up at the club. I got my mixtapes. I got my flyers.
CDs,
I got all
flyer. It was a different time. So it wasn't easy to be a rapper. Everybody wasn't getting on, But back then, I had traveled so much doing it in the church, I almost signed a record label as a teenager with a gospel label.
Oh, that's how cold you was.
But my parents, we met with a lawyer, we met with their people, but my parents, they wanted to do artist development until I was 18. And so my parents felt like that may not be a good move to make, which in retrospect, we never know, right? But it's like you get benched and you get trained for all these years, and then at this age, we're going to try to put you out there and see what happens. So we said no to that. We ultimately said no to that. And so, but that was a different time in music. We're talking about the era where you couldn't go on social media and know what a celebrity is like. You know what I mean?
This was like MySpace type back...
Before MySpace.
Before MySpace, which
this is about
I don't
the
even
AOL
know.
days.
Well, yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, though, so you were doing your thing out there. Was it strictly just gospel rap
at that time? Yeah,
at that time, then you hit a ceiling. And then that's when you ended up moving out here to Texas.
Well,
or
there's a lot that happened in the middle.
Yeah. Come on.
So
we got time.
So 12 or 13, starting at the gospel rap, you become a teenager.
Right.
You go through finding yourself and becoming whoever you're going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so by the time I went to college, I really wasn't going to church like that no more, honestly.
Right. Yeah,
I'm just living my life, being
churched
free,
out
partying.
bit,
I'm having my crazy era, okay?
Hey, look, when the bird get out the cage.
I'm out in these streets, what? So I just partying, having fun in college, but the music never left me.
Right.
So the true story is I always wrote, but I probably was maybe a sophomore in college, and I used to have a low cut, like the Amber Rose low cut. And so I would go to the barbershop every 2 weeks. And you know how barbershop talk is, barbershop banter.
Oh, yeah.
So my barber, at the time, he was cool, but he did music. He was a singer.
Okay.
And I told him one day, I was like, I rap, right? He was like, what? He said, come to the studio. No lie. So that was the birth of Nefertiti. Because once I went into the studio with him, he liked how I rap. He liked that I could rap, and he wanted to do an album, a collaborative album.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Romel. Shout out to Romel. So
with you rapping, what flavor or style was you rapping like? Was you rapping like Eve? Was you? I mean, because you had that East Coast that swag, that jargon and stuff. Like, what was your style?
She's one of my biggest influences in terms of style.
Okay.
But I would say definitely back then, hip hop, rapping bar for bar. Like I wanted to outbar everybody. I wanted to out rap everybody.
Oh, so you could battle too.
Yeah, I've done ciphers. I've done battle. So when I came into it, I felt like I need to be better than everybody. I needed to be better than the dudes. I gotta have the metaphors, the wordplay. Like that's the rap I came into.
So if I'm
telling my age a little bit, but
if I put you on the spot right now, I'm just messing. But yeah, cool.
But yeah, so that was what I was coming in with. Like I wanted my songs to have meaning, but I was playful. Everything wasn't meaningful, right? Everything wasn't boom bap. But if I could put it somewhere, probably between boom bap and hip hop.
Nice. So thank you for, sharing some of that, transition and stuff, or building up to that college stage, and then meeting your meeting the barber, and he introducing you to the studio. That's when you really start taking things way more serious.
Yeah.
Okay, then after that, did you do a collaboration album with him?
We did.
Okay. And then what was next? Because I know that like you worked with major artists like John Rule and stuff too.
That was later.
And stuff. So, but we gonna let's build. Let's take it a little bit slow and build up there. So that was your first taste of the artistry. You wrote. He was like, "Oh, I like your voice." You started getting on the the beats and stuff like that, rapping. But you was already doing it, but officially getting your name out there and stuff. What was next after that?
Yeah, that was getting my name out as just a secular artist. I was not doing no more gospel. It was secular from then on out. I was grown at that point, felt grown. So flash forward, me and him had a falling out. We had creative disagreements. And so the album came out, but we no longer worked together anymore after that. And then I launched my solo career as Nefertiti.
Okay.
And I had something to prove to not only him, to myself.
You had a chip on your shoulder. I had a chip
on my shoulder, but I just had something to prove to. And to be clear, my parents were always supportive. They never said, that's a ridiculous idea. I grew up on music. They played old school music. I grew up doing that. So my parents have always been extremely supportive of my rap career and my entertainment career. But at that point, I was like, man, I feel like I'm talented. I have a voice. I have something that I want to say. So from that point on, I would get in the studio with a guy named Stanley. Shout out to Stanley. And so he's an older guy, but he had worked with the Temptations and everything.
Oh, wow.
But he had my sound in a place where I felt was a little dated. But I never take from him how he kind of gave me jewels, gave me the chance to come record, learn what recording is. Because some people get in the studio and waste time. If I'm prepared, I'm going to get in the studio and we're going to kill it, right? So I was able to sharpen my tool with him. So shout out to Stanley. But after a while, I was like, I need to branch away, find my own sound.
This you were still out in Baltimore.
In Baltimore. All this is Baltimore.
All this is Baltimore.
So then I started working with a guy named Chauncey. Shout out to Chauncey. I think he's in Vegas or somewhere now. But he was also a producer who had his own studio. But his beats they resonated with me. So he tossed me a beat.
They let that creative juice come out.
Listen.
Come on now.
He tossed me a beat. It was very light, airy, fun, positive. You know, dun, dun, dun. It was just a beat that really touched me. And so I wrote a song called Dreamer.
Okay.
I am a dreamer. I got big dreams. So that song, everybody loved it. It inspired so many people. Secular song, but positive song.
Yeah.
So even till this day, my family say that's their favorite song. Mind you, we're talking about 2015. It's a long time ago.
That's their favorite song for now.
Their favorite song.
Their favorite
It's not my favorite.
Yeah, okay.
I love it, but it's not my favorite.
Okay.
But yeah, got with Chauncey, recorded, traveled, did every open mic I could find, whether it was Baltimore, D.C., Virginia, New York, New Jersey, Delaware. Every single open mic I could find, we got in the car, traveled, performed. I would hound people, get me on your podcast. Let me get on your radio show. I would be passing out flyers. I had free T-shirts. I had free tie. I just hit the ground running so I could take this seriously.
Yeah.
And I wanted to. And I met so many awesome people through that old school hand in hand, talking to people, networking. And so then that opened up more opportunities for me just on that hustle.
Yeah.
So all the things that happened with Ja Rule happened after I left Baltimore. So let me tell you that story.
Okay.
I was on a self-funded independent tour, and I was going city to city. And so I visited Dallas to perform.
You came out to the D.
What was the venue? It's closed now. It's in Deep Ellum. Was in Deep Ellum, but it's closed now.
Which it was like
remember.
You were performing?
I was performing
At one of those clubs downtown?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, I came here to perform specifically.
I got you, but yeah,
I can't remember the name.
Deep Ellum has so many different clubs and bars and performance things that's opening and shutting down. But
and it's been closed down for years. I'll have to hit you later to tell you which one it was.
Yeah.
But man, I loved Deep Ellum. I loved the crowd. I was received so well.
Yeah, Dallas will welcome you. Whatever you want to do, whatever business, they like, hey, we support it. I mean, it's the hub of just networking and just, hey, you want to do this? We'll support that. As long as you're all the way in, you got your crowd.
Yep. As long as they see you taking it serious. So man, I was like, man, I'm getting mad love out here. So I went back home after the tour. I thought about it. I was like, I had been wanting to move anyway. To spread my wings. I'm that type of person. The world is my oyster. I want to see what's going on out here. So I was like, man, I wonder what it would be like to live in Dallas. And I made the decision to move. So right before I moved, though, Chris Gotti, who co-owned Murder Inc. with his brother Irv, rest in peace to Irv Gotti.
Yep.
He, at the time, was doing a tour with Adventures Music, which is his independent label. And they were going around throwing showcases for independent artists to perform and have the chance to sign distribution deals with them, with Adventures Music.
Okay.
They came to Baltimore. Bought the van, bought the Sprinter, bought the squad, and they did a event in Baltimore. And I was like, I'm going to sign up for this. I'm going to do this and see where it goes. So I performed that night, and I was the only female amongst the group.
You already stood out then.
Well, the only female that won. So you had to perform for them, and if they liked what you did, you could get a distribution deal with them.
But you were the only solo female artist that
won, not that was there.
Oh, okay.
But that actually
won.
Okay,
so that even put you in a separate category.
So the same night, one thing about the music industry and the entertainment industry, you have to be ready to pivot at any point. You can't say no. You can't say I don't have the time. You got to make shit work. So let me I don't know if I can cuss on here. I'm sorry.
You good. Yeah.
So what happened was after that night, they announced it was like maybe 3 or 4 people out of a group of 20, 30. It was a lot of artists that performed. But anyway.
Yeah.
So
we're talking about you right now.
So they're like, okay, I won. They called out the winners. We're on stage. Everybody's just feeling a high. The winners, like we're feeling great about what happened.
Were you surprised?
I was surprised because I knew I was talented, but when someone else sees something in you and want to get behind you, it's you had that moment like, wow, this is crazy.
Because my question that's coming to my head, what gave you the courage to sign up for that particular venue?
In this business, you have to have courage. You might as well not do it. If you're not going to do stuff and do it with conviction, and you might as well not even do it. So I feel like I have to.
Okay.
Like I'm a person that's like...
But something just...
It's no choice.
Okay.
Like when I get on stage, I'm still nervous. I've been performing since I was a teenager, and I still get nervous.
You better get the butterflies. The minute you lose and don't get nervous or those butterfly feeling, that means that you're pretty much wrapping it up or you're done. Yeah. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. But I was shocked, but happy.
Yeah.
And happy that I took the risk and took the leap. And from there on, I always leap. I may not know what's going to happen, but I'm going to leap.
I love it.
So, yeah, right after that, they're like, we're going to the studio tonight. Mind you, it's already like 2 a.m. after the event. Yeah. It's already late. We're tired. Like, we're going to the studio tonight, and y'all are going to record for the album I'm putting together. This is Chris Gotti.
Okay.
So he has his producer with him. He has his team. So many people with him. They all at the studio. We all go to the studio in Baltimore City in the hood, but we in there. Nice studio though. And so they play a beat. Well, they play beats, and then they let us as a collective choose what song we want to do. So everybody's writing, and I'm just in my own corner writing. And Dex Diamond, shout out to Dex Diamond.
Let's go.
Adventures Music. He's sitting there, and I'm nervous. Like everybody's there. I'm like, I have to deliver. I'm a fight or flight person. Like when I'm under pressure, I come up with my best work. Like pressure really makes a diamond.
Yeah. So a coal under the right pressure is going to produce a diamond.
Exactly. So I was the last person to record that night. Only female, last person to record. One take. Made the cut. And everybody wasn't going to make the cut. If they didn't, even though they signed us, if they didn't like it, you wasn't going to make the album. So did the verse, and they loved it. Made the album, made the Process album. And that was a turning point in my career. To be affiliated with somebody as major as former vice president of Murder Inc. Records.
Yeah.
To have his cosign, that was the changing moment for me. And so shortly after that, get my stuff together to come to Dallas. And I'm actually out here.
You out here. Let's go.
And they say to me, yo, Neffy, we in Baltimore. We gonna shoot the Process video today. I'm like, today? I'm not home. Wait, like that stuff, what I will tell y'all, stuff in the music business, it moves fast and you have to be ready to pivot. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm in Dallas. Please don't shoot without me. I'll be home tomorrow. Like I made it my business to get back. So they shot the video. They waited for me.
Oh, wow.
They waited for me to get back to shoot that video.
Usually they ain't waiting. They're like, hey, it's time to go. Like,
they're not going to wait. But I didn't. It's not like I had prior notice. And they were gung-ho on doing this. This was a part of something that they wanted to do. We agreed to do. We signed to do.
Yeah.
So they waited for me.
That's
and
awesome.
So came back, shot the video, and then it was on and popping after that.
So you got some singles out like "Married to Money." I Don't Give a F is another one. What's one of your favorite songs or singles that you've created?
One of my personal favorites. I do love "Married to Money," but I'd have to say "Lotus." Lotus is a record featuring Collada. It's an R&B record, love record, and I love R&B music.
R&B or hip hop?
Now I am. I used to be hip hop. I've gone through phases and changes.
Yeah. Okay.
Every artist does,
of
right?
Course,
you keep,
evolving and stuff.
Evolving your sound. But Lotus was my first R&B record that I put out and really pushed. Did a crazy, sexy video for it. And it was just a fan favorite. Like, and just metaphorically and how I wrote it and how it flowed together. for me is my favorite.
So the question is, are you still doing music nowadays? Because you like, oh, this is way back and stuff. You know, what are you up to nowadays? I mean, you do have the Major Zone Music. You're the CEO and owner. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I haven't put out a single in probably 2 or 3 years, so it hasn't been that long ago. I'm always writing. I'm always creating.
Okay,
but
so you got some heat in the bag.
I got some. Listen, and it's coming.
Okay, that's
but
what
I went into mommy mode. By choice.
Yeah.
A lot of people may or may not know my wife and I conceived our son through a donor.
Okay.
So that whole process, and then being pregnant, like I wasn't the pregnant girl that had all the energy and stuff. Like it was different. My pregnancy wasn't the easiest, and then I was a high risk pregnancy. So I took it easy so that my son could get here healthy. Mm-hmm. So I kind of just took a moment and
a pause.
Yeah. So that my high-risk pregnancy wouldn't be stressful. Mm-hmm. And when he came, I purposefully took a moment to enjoy what that is. I didn't want to miss his first steps, his first words. And I always told myself I would never be the mom that leaves their kid with grandma every day so I can just go be in these streets. Like I want to be there for my son.
So you was left with grandma pretty much. That's what you're saying?
No, I wasn't left with my grandma. But because the nature of being in the entertainment industry, a lot of people feel like they got to pick right back up and keep going.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Which means, I actually take my son with me a lot. Like you've seen him here. Because I want him to be a part of my life and what I do.
I was surprised he wasn't up here, but it's all good,
He's up the street at the park.
Yeah.
Because he'd have been tearing all of this up.
I would have probably had to hold him like, hey, yo, son, come on, man.
He'd had to be out there.
Yeah, it's all good, though.
But I just wanted to be present because I worked so hard to get him. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to miss nothing. So I was like, I'm going to just take it easy for a second on the music. I kept the podcast going. Yeah. Kept the business going.
Because you got a lot of, you've made a major dent in this culture and the industry and stuff. Mm-hmm. And you got this thing, you do a podcast every week, like Vibe Session or something, where you give the opportunity for artists to showcase their, talents and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I see you got a lot of things going on. How do you balance all of that?
Great question.
Yeah. Because you a wife, mother, CEO,
yes,
podcast host,
yes,
doing voiceovers and stuff. Life is very complicated.
It is.
But how do you stay grounded?
My family motivates me because I want us to eat well, continue to eat well, and live well. And I want my son to be proud when he gets older. Like, man, my mom she is
that girl.
That girl. So, and just for myself, like, I think I used to be motivated by, proving something or making my family proud, but you click on a different switch when you yourself are your motivation. You want to be better than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
So that keeps me going, just wanting to be better than I was yesterday.
What are you currently any new projects coming up? What are you doing nowadays as far as like in the music industry outside of like the Vibe Session and then the magazine or the Major Zone Music?
So I kind of shifted into being the plug. Once I came out here, I was blessed enough to hit the ground running, meet some really great people, and they kind of took me under their wing to help position me. So I went from just being an artist to now I'm the plug. So my podcast was going so quick. There was a point before I came up here. I've been a member up here since 2020.
Okay.
But before I came up here, I was working at a station, an independent station called Power 214.
Okay.
Shout out to T. Came from Baltimore. Within a week or two, I landed a podcast. An interview on this podcast on his platform.
Wow.
So I go on there. I'm just talking about my journey and what I'm doing, what I'm up to. The owner pulled me aside after the interview and said, hey, have you ever thought about doing a show? I said, I talk a lot, so I think I could do it. So he put me on Sundays.
You definitely got the personality. You got the energy and everything. Yeah. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe, period. He put me on Sunday football season. I'm like, ugh. But I was new, never done podcasting from the host perspective. So went from that to grew it from there to moving to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, prime time. I was booking so many artists at that time.
Wow.
Had sometimes 2 and 3 artists booked each day, having to rotate them out. People were flying in from New York, Florida. Like my podcast had organically gone crazy.
What was the name of this
Still
podcast?
The Vibe Session.
Oh, okay.
This is the inception. This is the beginning of the Vibe Session.
The beginning, okay.
So it went so crazy organically. I felt like God was showing me this is where I need to be. And then I started getting celebrity guests, radio station guests. I had DJ Dom Perignon. I had P Skills, Mr. Lee, like so many. I was able to connect with so many different people, and it organically went crazy. Ultimately, once that happened, I ran that from 2019 to 2020 over on their station.
Okay.
And then I feel like I had outgrown that too, because, you
just outgrowing everybody.
Only because ultimately what happened was he tried to get me to teach other podcasters my way and help other podcasters make money. And I was all for that. I don't mind that. But for me, it became, okay, she's doing too well. So it felt like they tried to kind of put me on a cap over there. So without getting too much into it, it was good until it wasn't good.
Right.
So at that point, I decided to go independent and make my own station and make my own PR, marketing, and entertainment hub business, which was the birth of Major Zone Music. So I left Power 214 and registered my business, Major Zone Music LLC, and did radio on my own under my own business. And so in 2020, came up here to make his gym and kept the Vibe Session. It was always mine. I came up with the concept. It was my idea to do the show. I did the show how I wanted to do it from the beginning anyway. So it was my show, just changed the platform, and the platform became my own platform rather than someone else's platform.
Are you still getting that same buzz still?
Well, yes. I'm not doing the show 3 days a week.
Okay.
Like I was before, but I do it once a week.
Once a week, okay,
And then I've always had the section where I highlight indie artists, play their music, give them promo, PR. I offer actually a lot of artist services. I do websites, graphic design. I write bios.
That's what I was like. You're just multi-talented across the board.
Yeah. So we're 7 years now doing the Vibe Session. And so it is still booming. It's still doing well. People still fly in to do the show. Artists still contact me all the time about doing the show. But with everything else I have going, back then it was just music and podcasts. Now I'm doing music, podcasts, artists, shows. I throw shows too. I have a little bit of that in my bio, but I throw showcases and put artists on. So much going on, I can't commit to 3 times a week.
Right.
But once a week is what we do now on the Vibe Session.
Yeah, because I ended up, anyways, though, I'm doing a little research and stuff. I transitioned from Michigan to Oklahoma.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you had an artist that you interviewed or did something with Young Nasty.
Yes, shout out to Young Nasty,
So,
Nasty Baby. It's like I've had a couple Oklahoma artists come through.
And I mean, shoot, I got a whole bunch of people out there. Malachi, Superfly Malachi, and then there's another guy, Superfly Malachi's brother, Young. Dang, why can I not? TK Capone. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's out in Vegas, but he be doing this thing. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of crazy artists. Because I mean, shoot, I had ran into like Michael Todd. You know what I mean? Because I don't talk about my music production. And,
you should.
But anyways, though,
anyway,
we'll get into that when
another
I
time.
possibly get on your show or something.
Yeah.
So anyways, though, I see you doing your thing with the Vibe Session and stuff, the Major Zone record. What advice would you give to people that are inspired to get into the music industry space, because it's a cutthroat industry.
Mm-hmm.
When people see talent, they're like, "Oh shoot,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make $1 off them,"
Mm-hmm.
and then leave you in the drive where it's like, "Look, I need to be getting the bread and butter. I'm the artist. I'm the one that has the talent."
Mm-hmm.
So it's not you just have to have the talent, but you need to know the business behind it to succeed. So what type of um encouragement, inspiration for the audience out there that's thinking about getting into the music industry? Where would they start? Give them some advice, you know.
I don't know. Where should I start?
Well, I mean, some of the
So-
things that from just, listening to you,
No,
got
I
to
was
be
just
able
being
to.
facetious.
Oh, okay.
I was being funny.
All right, cool.
Because there's so much to say. It's
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
to unpack there. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I know it's a lot
Mm-hmm.
to unpack because of all your experience, and we want to conduce some time. I want you to get to like the meat and potatoes of
Yeah,
certain
I'm about
things
to
and
get
stuff.
into
Yeah.
it. I'm about to get
Yeah.
into it. First and foremost, you do have to know the business of music. We are no longer in the times, really, it was never built for the creator to win if you're not savvy and witty and if you don't know the business. You will 100% of the time be taken advantage of by someone if you don't know your business. That's just the nature of it. Go into every opportunity like this person is trying to take from you first before they're giving you an opportunity. Understand that everything comes with a cost. Even if you're not physically paying for something, if someone's doing something for you, it's going to come with a cost.
There's some kind of string attached.
It's some kind of string attached. And so the industry is different now, and I encourage artists getting into it because you got to understand, record labels have been laying off people. There's no more artist development. They don't put a lot of money behind marketing artists like they used to. Like back in the days, Michael Jackson can shoot a $5 million music video. That's not happening anymore, right? Music videos aren't like they used to be. So
I mean, we could shoot a music video in this
right
room.
now, that's different than how it used to be.
Right.
So, and then the game is so much more saturated. So if you want to come into the game now, especially with the political climate, everything that's happening, people aren't really trying to party right now. We are, but it's heavy, right? So my advice would be bring something different that somebody's not doing and learn the business, because you're better off in the long run if you learn the business.
So that's the most important piece right there. Learn the business before you even get in. Because if you don't, you're going to jump in this ocean and you're going to get ate by some sharks.
And be who you are. It's okay to be who you are and not try to fit a mold. We already have enough little babies. We have enough the babies. We have enough Cardi B's. I think the game is missing something that it used to have, which was more originality. And I think you have a better chance now more than ever in 2025 to break through offering something that's not what's already being presented.
What separated you and made you different in your own, sector?
Well, I always say, for me, I always had a different look, a different style. A lot of people say with women, sex sells.
Okay.
And I've tapped into that, obviously.
I mean,
right?
come on
So
now.
you do a little bit of that, but I think for me,
You don't want to lose yourself.
Don't
though.
lose yourself. I think that's the most, and the pressures of how you should look, how much you should weigh, how your hair should look, how your makeup should look, like how you deal with people. And being a woman, the men, I love y'all, but so many times men will offer you opportunity in exchange for a date, in exchange for something else. So it's so hard. People don't understand.
Yeah,
when you see somebody on drugs, they crashed out. I don't judge those people, because not only is life hard, this industry will eat you, spit you out, then roll you over with the car.
Yeah, because
you got to be able to handle it.
Because the thing that I was going to say, your mental health you have to be bullet strong, like really focused. Because,
and I have my days where I'm not that strong, and I'm okay being vulnerable enough to admit that. But you got to wake up the next day and remember what you do it for, and keep going.
So have that vision, have the business behind what you want to do, and then also you need to have that support group.
Yes, you do need support.
To sharpen your mind when you're down, because not every day it's like, dang, you out here, grinding and stuff, and then sometimes you don't see things like you want to see it as fast. And that can get you discouraged, and then now you're like, oh man, then you might take a little sip or whatever, or call somebody to make you feel good, whatever that
Crash
vice
out,
is.
whatever you crashing out on.
Because you don't want to go through it. It'll that dopamine it kicks in, and you just like, all right, then but then you have to wake up again and deal with it.
Yeah.
So but I think that's awesome, the wisdom and advice that you've given. Are you doing any coaching or anything? Because it's like, hey, you have so much insight, and you're so talented, you're so bright and stuff. Are you doing any coaching for any artists?
I thought about it.
Development? Because
I don't coach.
I'm seeing
but
some
I thought
things,
about
but maybe we have to talk off the camera. But because I'm like, wait a minute. You definitely have you're very unique. Now with the position that you hold, what is it that you want to be remembered as, and then also what do you feel your voice contributes to this industry in the music sector, and just all the way around?
That's a great question. As long as I've been doing interviews, I don't think anybody ever asked me that. So I'm going to give you your props for that question.
Appreciate that.
I hope people remember me as a light. That they...
She's a vibe.
No, seriously, I appreciate that. But I'm not a perfect person. I have bad days. I could be a B word sometimes. So I'm not a perfect person. But when I have encounters with people, I want to leave an impression. Not that I go into it like that, but I want to leave an impression that says, man, she was cool. Or, man, she listened to my music. Like, so many artists I've featured, some of them have barely any followers. Some of them, but for me, it's like, if your music is good, I don't care how many followers you have, because somebody needs to hear what you did.
There's 8 billion people on this planet, so you telling me that if I've shared my music with everybody, you're telling me that one artist wouldn't like what I have?
Exactly. One person. So I always want to be a person that people can say, she made me smile. She gave me a chance. She is funny. Right. And the work that I always tell my family, myself, people, I want to do meaningful work. I like to have fun and play, and I put out records that might not mean nothing sometimes, but I'm gonna put out something that does mean something.
What stays consistent with you, from being a mother, being a businesswoman, being a wife, wearing all these different hats? What's that one thing that keep you stay consistent?
What do you mean, the one thing that keeps me consistent?
I mean, I know you being you, but like, what are you always funny in every sector? Or you just...
Probably, yeah.
Or
I resort to sarcasm a lot. So yeah, I always have a joke.
Well, you're like a chameleon then.
Yes.
So you know how to adapt and pivot, though.
I'm a Pisces.
Okay.
So we have a good ability to kind of, like you said, be a chameleon, not fit in, but be able to coexist and communicate with all kinds of different people.
So you can be rough around the edges.
That's right.
But then you can be smooth as butter.
Period.
So, because I mean, like you said, you know how to polish yourself up and present yourself professional.
Exactly.
But then, hey, if we close the doors or turn the camera off,
we want to get ratchet,
hey,
we can do that too.
What up? Yeah,
we can do that too. But see, life is about balance, and so you gotta have a little bit of both.
That's what's up. We're gonna transition into some rapid fire.
Okay.
So you did a lot of traveling, a lot of touring. Did you do any traveling internationally?
Not performing, no.
Not performing? Okay. Best city you performed at?
Ooh, Atlanta.
Atlanta. Why is that?
Atlanta's just a different place, man. So you never know who's in the room in Atlanta. Could be a guy standing in the back with
Quiet.
plain black shirt, plain black jeans,
And
not
he the
bother
big dog.
nobody. He's the biggest person in the room. Atlanta, I love the fact that the way they work together, they figured that out down there. People that are somebody will work with people that's nobody. So I always enjoy performing in Atlanta. I would say New York would be my second favorite place.
So Atlanta, New York. Okay. Okay, you enjoy being a mother right now. What's the worst thing about being a mother?
A lot of people don't talk about this, but once you become a mom, it changes you. Like there's a science behind like mentally, your brain, there are things in your body that physically literally change. But you have to redefine who you are once you become a mom. Because I became a mom older, in my 30s. I wasn't a young mom. My mom was a young mom. My mom had me at 15. She was pregnant when she was 14, had me at 15. So I, in turn, wanted to live my best. I didn't know that I was going to have kids first, honestly. Of course, with my situation, being LGBTQ, and then just putting my career first, I didn't even think I would have a child. But I woke up one day, I said, I want to have a legacy. And I did whatever it took to make sure I had a legacy. So it was a long journey to conceive him. But he's here, thank God. But I prayed for him and I wanted him. And so I didn't know that after having him, it would be difficult to identify who I am now. Outside of podcasting, outside of those things, you become a new person. And that's been I'm still working on that. That's the most challenging thing.
Okay. What's one song that would describe your personality? Is there any song that comes to your mind?
You had to come. He stumped me.
I stumped her, but I guess that would be the song that you are going to create in the future, since you still got some future plans.
Well, see,
ahead.
I was thinking of another song, but if it were one of my songs, I probably could choose something.
Okay, so if it was one of your any song, if it's any song, what song would describe your personality or just whatever? Yeah.
It's actually a freestyle I did that's like 2 minutes long of straight bars. I think it's still on SoundCloud. It's called Femc Dope Queen.
All right, cool.
That's probably the best, most authentic.
Next question, rapid fire. What was there any book that inspired you to evolve into who you are right now?
Honestly, 48 Laws of Power.
So that was
changed the way I look at everything.
That's Robert Greene. Robert Greene, the 48 Laws of Power.
That changed a lot for me. I felt like I was living under a rock until I read that book.
It unlocked some things in your mind.
Yeah, because you go about the world thinking things are one way. But 48 Laws of Power breaks down for you how powerful people think about the world. And some of it's controversial. Some people would frown on some of those laws in that book. But when you read it, you realize how many people are operating under those laws, how many powerful people, wealthy people live their life this way. And so it kind of blew the lid off for me.
Wow. And speaking about blowing the lid off, oh my goodness.
Here we go.
Nah, I want you to, where can people find you?
They can.
Would you tell our audience?
Yes, y'all. Y'all can find me on Instagram at I'm Queen Neffy. That's letter I, letter M, _Queen Neffy. You can find my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@vibewithneff, NEFF. And those are my two main pages. Y'all can follow my family TikTok. Nay and Mo Family Ties. My family called me Nay. That's my nickname growing up. Nay and Mo Family Ties on TikTok. And yeah, definitely keep up with it.
What was the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice ever received probably would be um, just to never quit.
Never quit.
Winners never quit.
And to close out everything, what message would you give out here to our audience? We are entrepreneurship. We're all about mindset. We're all about purpose. So we never know who's watching this.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, what final thought or a piece of advice would you give out there?
Always be a student. Never feel like you know everything. Never feel like you've experienced everything. If you're always learning, you'll never get left behind.
Nice, nice, nice. Well, Queen Neffy, thank you for, dropping some gems today and sharing some of your story and enlightening us on not just your personal side, but your business side. And you're just, someone that's making a difference in this world. And we thank you for coming on our show. Anytime, if you want to do a part 2 or whatever, or there's anything that you want to promote, we'll definitely, back behind you and support you. But it's been a vibe. It's been our thing. We're Hustle Meets Strategy. Thank you for listening to the EMP podcast.